Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson, and it had to happen for our Motivation Monday night, guys. And tonight I have the beautiful author, Miss Renee Johnson. She is an author of 5 books, working on her 6th book. And the title of her book is Which is Which? And I found this topic kind of, to stand out. It's not that we're going to spend time on talking about witches because I do not believe in them. I do not care for them. But the thing is, I did want to recognize her book. So guys, we're waiting for her to get in the studio. So while we're sitting waiting for her to come on in this, to log in, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of entertain you guys for a little bit and just tell you about a experience I had on last night. Oh my God, I had the honor of going to Real Talk Kim church. It's called Limitless Church. And my God, did she drop jewels on last night? It was amazing. And I would encourage any lady to join the inner circle, the RTK inner circle. I mean, it's a group of love, like really, women just loving on women, just really empowering women, showing love to women. It's an amazing group, amazing. So it's the RTK Inner Circle, which is Real Talk Kim. Man, I can't say enough. She dropped some jewels on last night. She really blessed my soul on last night, and I had the most amazing time, guys. And while we're sitting here waiting for our guests, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys how you can support us. Another way to support us is by sending stars. Stars, by you sowing stars, they help us earn money to make more content, right? And in Ecclesiastes 11:6, it says, sow your seed in the morning, and at evening, let your hands not be idle. So guys, if you can sow us some stars, let us know. If not, let us know how we're doing here at It Had to Happen. I guess my guest is really running late. So guys, please do forgive me. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained because I did not expect this. However, we have our superstar Shannon on here. And guys, let me tell you something. Shannon is one of our faithful viewers. Rain, snow, sleet, whatever it may be, she will be in the building, and we're forever grateful for her. We were looking for a lot more of you guys to join forces with her and become a superstar as well. We'll love to shout you out and have you. And I just thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on in IH2H room and enjoy these shows. We have our shows on Monday nights. Tuesdays is our prayer broadcast. Wednesday, Thursdays are open to different guests. And on this Wednesday, I will have Pastor Lindaria Watts on the show with us. And that's Wednesday night at 6 p.m. And then on Thursday, I will have Rayshawn Scott. He says he have a taste for freedom. So that is this Wednesday and this Thursday. Guys, if you can, please do come back at 6 p.m. Also, we will not be having our prayer broadcast on tomorrow. Yes, I know. So sad too, as I will be traveling on tomorrow. All right, guys, we have our guests in the room. So let me present to some and introduce to others author Renee Johnson. Welcome, 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 Queen.
Hello, hello. I hope everybody's doing good. I am so sorry for coming on late and having a hard time with my laptop, but I'm on and I'm excited and happy to be on.
Oh my God, I thank you for even accepting the invitation to be a two-timer. This is your second time here to bless the people with
Mhm.
everything that you have going on. I spoke about you writing 5 books, working on your sixth one. I don't know if that sixth one done came to part yet because you haven't been here in a while. So did you get that sixth book out yet?
I'm working on the sixth one now. That's the next one that I'm working on. And it's been rough. It's been rough, and usually it is when it's going to be a good book. It's usually rough at the beginning. So I literally have started, and I should have it finished within the next 3 months. I should have that one finished. But I'm excited. I really have more going on with me right now. But my writing takes top priority of everything else when it's time. When God is speaking, I have to write.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So if we may have some people that's on that may not know your story or who is Renee Johnson. So if you can you just tell the audience a little bit about who is author Renee Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. I am Renee Johnson. I'm literally from Jacksonville, Florida, raised in a town called Fernandina Beach, Florida. Went to school, graduated. Have 4 children, 9 grandchildren. I'm an author of 5 books. Um, and just doing my thing. I work with ladies from domestic violence. I'm an advocate against domestic violence. And I also work with teenage girls, young girls rather. I would say teenage girls, but my age group starts at age 9 up. And so we're in 2 different communities, and we mentor, we do activities, we do trips, and we literally just do things to encourage the girls to let them know they are loved in spite of what is going on in their life or around them or the environment or surrounding. Even if they're in a broken home or in a bad neighborhood, whatever the case may be, we go out and we take the time to encourage them and to let them know that they are loved and they are somebody.
Oh man,
So that's a little bit about me.
Renee, that is awesome. I don't think last time I heard that. So you have them as young as 9 years old?
Uh-huh. I have a well, actually, I have about 4 9-year-olds. I have one mother that has 5 children. She has 4 girls and 1 boy. And I have all of her girls, even her little boy, he comes and he sits in sometimes, but we don't discourage him and put him out. He sits there and he enjoy being there. And so, yeah, my age group starts from 9 up to right now I have up to age 15.
Wow, Renee, you wear many hats.
Mhm. I
You
do.
wear many hats. So before we
I
jump
do.
into this topic, which is the topic of your book, just tell us a little bit about this organization and how one can get involved. Maybe they want to volunteer, maybe they want to donate, or maybe they even want to join. So can you tell us a little bit about how one can do so?
Mhm. Absolutely. The organization is Vessels of Living Water, and you can also be a partner. Just you can go on my website, vesselsoflivingwater.com. There's a form on there that you can fill out that you want to be a volunteer, or you want to be a sponsor, or you want to be someone that want to just give to help out with what we do and the things that we give, because we're always giving and trying to meet the needs of the girls. You can also call me and I can send you the application form, email it to you. My email address is Renee Johnson 102 at Yahoo. And just let me know that you're interested in being a volunteer or being a sponsor or being a donor that want to just give to help out with what we do. A lot of these girls come from broken homes, and most of them are in homes that there is domestic violence or there is drugs or there is alcohol. The mother may not work. She may not have money. She's living in a subsidized apartment complex that she don't have it all. But we don't look at that. And I
Right.
teach the girls not to talk down on each other. So if you want to volunteer and become a partner or connect with me in any kind of way, I'm also on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook and just send me a Facebook messenger message to let me know that you want to be a part of what we're doing. And we're looking for volunteers and looking for help.
Absolutely. My God. So is there like a process that one have to go through as far as becoming a volunteer? Because you have to understand they're coming in basically, and these kids are already coming from broken homes. So you want to make sure you have someone that's going to have a positive impact on, these kids as well. So is
Yeah.
there a certain process that you have to go through in order to become a volunteer?
Basically, just fill out the form, and we look for people that have a heart or passion for the young people, because definitely you have to have a passion for it. A
Yeah.
lot of times I've had people to join and drop off because they just didn't see the vision, or they didn't have the patience, or they didn't have the passion. You have to have a heart for working with youth, because it can be overbearing sometimes, but if you have a passion for it and a love for it, and
Yeah.
I'll say number one, if God has called you to minister to the youth in any kind of way, and you just don't know how to pull it together, what should I do, definitely get in contact with me, or and I can definitely talk with you and let you know what we do and how you could fit in. But you have to have a passion to want to do this, definitely.
And that's good because they say always try to find something that you love to do, because once you find
Hmm.
something that you love to do, it'll be easy for you to get up to do it, right?
Yeah.
Versus to something
Yeah.
that you don't like doing. You got to kind of struggle, like, do I really want to go today, or do I really want to do
Hmm.
this today? So definitely, you definitely want some passionate people. I mean,
Right.
it's it. So tell us some of the activities that you guys do.
Okay, well, we do reading. We meet with them on some days. We just sit down and we may read a book and let them tell us about what we read or what they got out of the story. We also do writing. We've done the etiquette class where we teach them etiquette, how to sit to a table, how to talk on the phone, how to respond back to someone's question and looking the person straight eye to eye without being nervous in answering. We do fundamentals. We have math, where we have some of the girls that may be struggling with their math. We have a tutor that helps out there. We do art, we do music, and right now the summer's coming up. The girls are going to be out, so we're going to be doing trips to the museum. I also want to do some things in the kitchen, because in the community center where we're at, right on the property, they have a full kitchen. And so this summer we want to get in the kitchen and maybe do like some brownies or some biscuits or little simple stuff to teach them how they can help out and help their mother out in the kitchen, and learning different things. And I've had some of the girls tell me that they know how to do certain things. So we're going to be doing that. We also going to take a trip to the pool. We went last year and they loved it, so they're looking forward to going. We just went skating while they were out on spring break this week, and they had a wonderful time. So we do a lot of different activities with them like that, and we also have dance. We have a dance instructor. And the bigger girls are teaching the little girls how to do certain steps and dances, and it's not nothing nasty or that
Right,
that
right,
you shouldn't be doing. Yeah, so they keeping it clean. I mean, they do their thing too, but they're keeping it clean and they're having fun with it. And that's basically the most important part, is that they're having fun, they're enjoying it, and they're getting something out of it.
absolutely. But the one thing that you left out of with my Jaguars, boo boo, Duval. You did. I
Yeah,
saw on your
yeah,
page, yes, where you had the chance to take the girls to a game. Let me tell you
yeah,
something. That is phenomenal. When you can do that for
yeah.
some probably would never made it, step foot in that
Mhm,
stadium, but you had to
mhm.
dream big to think outside of the box. There's
Yeah,
more to life. So tell us what
yeah.
that experience like, because I'm telling you, my son played for the Jags. I thought I was one of the kids. I had the time of my
Mhm,
life, Miss Renee. So
mhm.
tell us what that
Yeah.
experience was like.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. When I tell you, when I pulled up to the community center there to pick the girls up, they all was ready. I had some, I mean, I went all over the place to try to find Jaguar t-shirts. So most of them had on Jaguar t-shirts, and they had on their black shorts or black tights, whichever. And then when I picked them up, they were so excited. I think I had three car full, one van, and it was full too. And then when we got to the stadium, they were so excited. It was so much excitement until what it cost me to park. I just had to not even think about it. I was like, no, let's just do it, and we'll just go in here and have a good time. And then when we got in, the girls were so excited. They took pictures with the cheerleaders. They took pictures with some of the ladies that was going around, entertaining and having fun with the crowd. They took pictures there. Oh my gosh, they enjoyed it. And then even though we were up in the top of the stadium, it didn't even matter to them. Those girls enjoyed every bit. They were actually looking at the game. We had a ball. It was amazing. I really enjoyed that. And I shout out to the Jaguar team that promoted the girls and gave us those tickets to go.
Yes, absolutely. And see, that's the thing too.
Mhm.
Like most people will look at where the seats were, right? And study worry about
Right,
getting in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
when you're being blessed, you
Mhm.
don't tell God how to bless you. You
Mm-mm.
can ask
Mm.
for what you want, but it's
Mhm.
totally up to
Yeah,
him how he's going to do it. Because little do you know, maybe
mhm.
you were in the nosebleeds then, but who's to know the next time that comes around where you guys may be, because you did
Right.
not complain. You were faithful. The kids
Mm-mm.
were
No,
grateful, and you guys had an amazing
no,
time. And like I told you, I love the
yeah,
stadium. I really do. And I mean, just to
yeah,
see that, I mean, here that the kids really enjoyed themselves. You enjoyed yourself. But I could have
mhm.
gave you a little tip on the park. And see, that's why let me tell you something. When God put people in your life, reach out to them, Miss Renee. And I always tell you my
I
line is
will.
open.
Oh, I wish I would have called you because that price that guy gave us, Lord, and I had 3 cars to park. Oh my God!
Are
But
you
it was
serious?
just, the excitement. Oh yeah, yeah. It was expensive to park, and it was 3 of us, 3 cars, and one of the ladies was like, "I don't know if I could do this." I said, "Honey, just go ahead, and I'll give you the money because right now we want to make sure we get the girls in." And the more exciting part about it was I had maybe 3, maybe 4 of them, maybe 5, because I had how many girls? I think I had like 15 girls or more. And
Wow.
then I had some other people that came I invited, and they bought some of their youth. So it was like about 26 of us. But the amazing part of the whole thing was most of them girls, or half of those girls said, I have never been to a football game. I have never been to the stadium. And that's what made this trip worth every dime that I spent. They
Exactly.
never been. Mm-hmm.
Whew. And see, that's what you call making a difference, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we definitely can pour into not just the kids, but into people's lives, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes taking them out of
Absolutely.
their comfort zone, what they're so used to
Mm.
show them bigger things. Like there's more to life out there, and to if you're able to do it, is what I would say,
Yes.
and you again, like
Yes.
I said, the next opportunity, you just don't know what the Jaguars may do. They may even
That's
give you
true.
some sideline passes. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you were
That's
grateful,
true.
even in
That's
the
true.
midst. So that says
Yes.
a lot right there,
Yes.
Miss Renee. So now we're going to go ahead, and
Mm-hmm.
if you guys don't know, Miss Renee Johnson is a author. She is wrote 5 books, working on her 6th. She said give about 3 months or so, and she'll have that 6th book done. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump on this topic really
Mm-hmm.
quick. Which is which? When I
Oh
saw
my
this
gosh.
title, I was like, okay, I don't do the witches, period. And I
Mm-mm.
actually had someone to call me
Mm-mm.
and say, "Is your show going to be about witch?" No, it's a topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a topic. But I
Mm-hmm.
did find it to definitely stand out because I think we focused on your other book before. And tonight we're going
Yes.
to talk about this one, which is which. She has some amazing books, guys. So we're going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about how you guys can get that book, get those books, and support Miss Renee. But Miss Renee, tell us a little bit about this topic and what exactly. Don't give us too much because you won't. You want to give them a teaser so they could go get the book, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and just give them
Yes.
just a little bit.
Yes. Well, which is which was interesting to write because at the time that I was writing it, I was really going through a lot. Really still was in the environment of domestic violence. And when I started writing that book, I felt like everything was closing in on me. I didn't have any friends, no one to talk to. And the 1 or 2 friends that I did have, they really didn't. They heard my story, but it's like they really wasn't understanding what is it that she's going through that the way she tell it is like a lie, but who could go through all that and survive? Who could go through that and still have their mental state? So I began to write, and how I came up with the topic, the title, which is which, was the sitcom that used to come on called Bewitched. And I used to look at that as a little girl, and I used to laugh. Samantha and her mom, Darren, and her mom used to turn Darren into all kind of little things because she didn't like him because he was mortal, and they were so-called witches. And Bewitched was in love. She married him. That was her husband. So she covered him. No matter what, she covered him. Her mom did whatever she did, but she would always stand by her husband. Well, I felt like I was in that same place. I would always cover my husband. I would always say, he's a strong man, he's a hard worker, but he had his issues. He had things that was going on, and it caused problems. And then I started to wonder, why is all this going on and happening to me? People that would smile in your face, laugh in your face, say that your friends really wasn't your friends. At the same time, they talk about you, ridicule you, lie on you. They'll laugh in your face and then talk about you behind your back. And I'm like, who is who? Which is which? What am I going through? Who's taking me through all of this? So I went back and started doing researches, because I remember my grandfather told me that, Renee, people always talked about witchcraft. People always talking about voodoo and all this different stuff that people could do to you and put on you and try to hurt you. But my grandfather always told me, Renee, nothing can happen unless you believe in it. You don't believe in it. God does not deal with witches. He deal with angels. He said he would put angels in charge over you to keep you daily, to watch over you, angels that would minister to you, angels that would go out and fight on your behalf. He didn't say anything about no witches. So in that book, it talks about the different people that was against me, that talked about me or did things to try to hurt me or made up stuff on me or talked about my children. That's where which is which come from. Because I looked and said, who is who? Who is for real and who's not for real? Who is this? Who is this person that will come and pray for me today and curse me out tomorrow? That's what which is which is about. It's a very interesting story, and it will bring out different things that happen in my life, in my home, with me and my children. My daughter saw spirits. I saw spirits, and I didn't believe in them at first, but I always wondered, what is this black spirit, this black thing or whatever that I would see in the house, like somebody was following me. And I found out through a prophet that ministered to me, and she broke that hold, that curse, that stronghold that was over me in my home. And she said that she saw a witch on the top of my house that was working witchcraft and had spirits that had been in that house for years, years. I mean, years. But she said, tonight when you go home, Renee, you're going to sleep and you won't be bothered by it anymore. And to this day, I have not. I have not seen those spirits. My daughter have not seen them. I mean, I'm not in that house anymore. But what she told me, and when she spoke that at the time I was still living there, it actually did happen. I didn't see it no more, and I slept every night. So if people don't believe in roots or witchcraft, or people can do evil things to harm you or hurt you, sometimes their words, a lot of times things that people say can hurt you and can linger for years, but you got to know how to denounce that stuff and let it go and be free.
Absolutely. You know what? And that's something when you spoke about the words that sometimes people speak, like sometimes I don't even know a lot of times if we know how we deliver things, right? Because I
Mm,
can't tell you what hurt you, Renee, and you can't say what hurt me. But if you told me that I hurt you, or I told you that you hurt me, it's our
mm-hmm.
job to say, okay, I apologize and try to get it right. But even in speaking words over you, and I say it on this show, my covenant partner, she says it too. But even if, girl, you crazy. No, there's nothing crazy
Mm-hmm.
about me. You be
Right.
careful what you say and speak over me. We have
Yes.
to be just that careful with the words that we use,
Yes.
right? But just
Yes.
to know that here it is, you came up with this topic, which is which. Like, we're not giving the witch no type of credit, no shape, way,
Mm,
or form. It's all
mm-mm.
God and God's people, and the things that God
Mhm.
do. But see, this is a topic that people do not like to touch. And when
Right.
we came up with this book, it wasn't saying that, that we're gonna just go and put witches out there. No, that's not what it's saying.
No.
But even
No.
you're talking about your friends and the things that they were saying, the things that they were doing. And see, the thing
Mhm.
is, it wasn't for them to understand it at the time.
Mhm.
Because when God
Yeah.
show you people, you have to really believe in, who
Right.
he's showing you. Not to
Right.
say, and I can't say this enough, not to say that they're bad people. They just maybe do not understand. And maybe that
Mhm.
chapter in that book has to close. And maybe later on, you're an author, maybe later on, they could come back in a later, in the latter part of the chapter. But God had
Yes.
to expose some things for you to be able to see,
Yes.
because even in
Yes.
the midst of everything that you were going through, Miss Renee, God was preparing you. He was birthing something in you. And
Mhm.
I mean, we talked about Job last night. No, was that Job last night? Job last night, or the earlier part of yesterday or the day before that? Pastor Kim, Real Talk Kim, she was talking about Job and how Job lost everything. God was testing him. He
Mhm.
was being tested,
Mhm.
but he
Yeah.
still the pain. He did not waver. He did not move, and God blessed him
Mhm.
double for his trouble. I mean, but
Mhm.
again,
Yes.
you have to know. That's why you got to have a connection with God,
Yes.
because you got to be able to hear
Yes.
from Him, and He
Yes.
used a prophet to come
Yes.
speak to you and break that thing up off of you, because you were so bound. You couldn't even do it yourself.
Mhm. No, no. And I was going through so much hurt, and then it turned to anger. Then it
See?
was turning to anger, to hatred and animosity. And I got to the place where I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't want no more prayer. I didn't get in no more prayer line. I didn't want nobody laying hands on me or prophesy to me. I was so bound till I thought I was inside a box all by myself and could not be delivered until I met this lady. And when I met this woman of God, who is now my apostolic covering, Apostle Dr. Edith Moore, that lady spoke into my life. I walked into a service, didn't even want to be there. I was invited to come. I said, no, I'm not coming to no more prayer and services y'all having and Bible studies. I'm not coming anymore because nobody could reach me. Nobody could help me. Nobody could heal me. Nobody could get me out of what I'm in, the torment that I was going through every single day. Nobody knew. Nobody could hear what I was saying. It's like, I'm saying it. I need help. Somebody get me out of here. Nobody. Me to the point where I wanted to commit suicide because it was so hard to bear to know that someone could treat you so bad and you treating everybody else so good. And still went to church, sung in the choir, was a door greeter, smiling at everybody else, telling everybody else to have a good time. And I'm going home into torment. I'm crying on the inside. Nobody could help me. But this one day on a Saturday, I went to this service and she was the guest speaker. And when I walked in, she was already ministering. And I said, well, I'm at least here. I got invited to come, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sit in the back. And that's the attitude that I had. And I sat down and I'm looking like, what is she talking about? She don't understand the hurt I'm going through. She don't see the tears that's going down my face when I'm at home and nobody's there. And
Wow.
she stopped her message and pointed me out. And she said, the woman in the back, I want you to know that what you're going through, you're not gonna go through it anymore. And she started describing things that I didn't think nobody knew but God. And she went on and on and on and on. And I tell you what, she described even the plant that was on the side of the house by the garage. I knew she knew God was showing her what I was going through. And when she broke it, I have not been the same since. Now
See,
I try to tell people, no, don't sit and say you don't believe in this stuff. You better believe in it and know that there's a way out. There's a breakthrough. And God is the only one that can break it. Through his blood, his son Jesus, his blood, it can be broken.
oh Jesus! But you know what? Oh my God! Let me tell you something. Oh Jesus! Wow.
Mhm.
And the
It's
thing
so
is, you were saying that people was not believing you, they were not hearing you. See, this is what happened when you go and you put on a facade like everything is okay. You know,
yes.
and that's what happens in a lot of domestic violence relationship, or
Hmm.
any abusive relationship, toxic relationship. When you're on the outside, you make
Right.
it look so good, and then you go
Yes.
home and you about to get your head beat off, right?
Yes.
And people like,
Yes.
is she really telling the truth? And the thing about
Mm,
it, though, we can't always blame the other people, because I had to do some, self-examination myself, Miss Renee, because
mhm,
you're talking about,
mhm.
see, you got abused. I was the abuser at one.
Wow.
You see? And I
Mhm,
made excuses, because I think, if one make you that upset, take your butt somewhere else. Walk off.
right.
Go do whatever it is you have to do. Do not put your nobody
Mhm.
deserve for
That's
nobody to put
right.
their hands on them, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so great that, we're talking about this, because this is how you become free. This
Yes,
is how you become free. So
yes.
the enemy, he didn't want you to really get out there, because he didn't want you to get free.
Mhm,
He was trying to keep you
mhm,
bound. He was trying to keep you
mhm.
inside. He was trying to keep
Yeah,
that mouth closed. He was trying to
yeah,
think
yeah.
that, oh, nobody cares. Nobody hear me.
Right.
Nobody this and
Mm,
nobody that. But guess what? He placed you in a place at the right time.
mhm.
And that woman
Yeah.
the word on to, and I'm telling you right now, I could jump up out this seat, because I met a young man on last night at Real Talk Kim Church. This young man was
Mhm.
telling me that he was getting ready to blow somebody's head off. And
Mm,
out
mm,
of
mm.
nowhere, his phone fell out of his pocket. Out of nowhere, his phone fell out of his pocket, and Real Talk Kim was on there prophesying and saying some things. He didn't even know her. He didn't
Wow.
even know her. I had chill bumps when this man was telling me this last night. And he was just like, he just dropped everything. He just began to run. He didn't know where he ran to, what was going on, but he's now
Mm,
a her church and been by her side for 4 years. So it's
wow.
good when God places people in your life,
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on
Oh,
to them.
yeah.
You were in the right
Mm,
place at the right time. And again,
mhm.
I hate to say it, but it's so true. It had to happen to
It
you,
had to happen.
you
It
to
had
show
to.
someone
Yeah.
else. And now you're
Mm,
dealing with these young girls, because we ain't gonna talk about that wish no more.
yes.
We got time for some bits of hell, So we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
positive things that you got going on. So here it is now. You wrote this book, you talked about it,
Mhm.
you told us all, because some people see this topic and they'll think, okay, you're just only gonna, no, 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 no. There's a story behind
Yeah.
this topic, and I
Mm,
thank God for you.
mm,
So now you have these young ladies, and I'm gonna say young men, because you say sometimes their brother come,
mhm.
and you're pouring
Yeah,
into
we have some young
kids,
boys.
right? And you're pouring
Mhm.
into these kids. But
Mhm.
Renee, how would you do that if you didn't go through what you went through?
Yes.
Purpose.
Yes, and you have to realize that when you having these girls and we're meeting with them, they all have different characteristics. They're all coming from different homes. They're going
Mhm.
through different things. Everybody's not the same. Like, okay, all 5, 10, 12 of these girls are going through the same thing. No, they're all different. They are all different. And that's how I look at it. And I sit and I listen, I let them talk. Some of them will share some of the things that they're going through in the home and in school. And I listen and then I know how to relate to it because I can let them know. I don't have to tell you something that I heard. I can tell you something that I've actually went through. And I can tell you how I came out and how I dealt with it. And I see the change in some of these girls. I see the change as they're growing up, they're seeing things differently. They're remembering things that they heard that I've said or we taught. They remember, and it's so amazing. And I say it all the time that when you're talking with someone, and even if it's a grown up, when
Mhm.
you're talking to someone and they're sharing their problems or whatever they're going through, it's better and easier if you can relate to it. Put yourself in that place and say, well, I went through that one time. Let her know this is what happened with me. And it helps more than you going out saying, oh, go get this book. This person wrote this book and it'll tell you what they went through. No, I can tell you. I can tell you. I
Yeah,
don't even say I have a testimony. I'm a walking testimony.
that's
I
right.
came through. Some others probably would have lost their mind, never saw a psychiatrist, never had to be on medication. I just trusted God all the way, just as Job did. That's what I did. And now I can tell it and talk about it, and I'm free. And I
Mm.
don't have to ever go in that ever again.
Whew. And see, that's the thing. Look at there. And the things that you probably dealt with, you probably have a kid that's inside of your group. Every area that you had to deal with, and that going through that hurt, that abuse, or whatever it may be, You had kids
Yeah.
and your kids was experiencing this. And that's why I'm saying it is so when you
Mhm.
know your purpose
Yeah.
and God birthed that thing, those it's my journey, my
Yes.
pain, my purpose that it birthed something in you. And now you out here
Mhm.
serving
Mhm.
the community and helping these young women and this young man because
Yeah.
they're going to be
Yeah.
our future president, doctor, lawyers,
Yes.
nurses, whatever it may be. They need the help now.
Mhm.
They need to know somebody care now. Now is the
Yeah.
time pour into these babies. And I thank God that you're doing that. And I thank God for
Yes.
what you stand for. I mean, I love what you're doing. You know what we got to do. So I'm just waiting on you.
Mhm.
And we're definitely going to get
Mhm.
that thing done. But let me talk.
Yes.
We have Mr. Joseph
Yes.
Dowd here. He said, congratulations, Renee Johnson. May you reach your fullest potential as a great author and writer. God continue to bless you tremendously.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you for speaking it to her.
Yes.
We have also
Yes.
Miss Shannon Jackson. This is our superstar. Let me tell you, she show up, rain, sleet, snow, whatever it may be. She said, it's not about the seats, it's always the atmosphere. And I'm telling you,
Mhm.
those games
Yes.
be lit. And I don't know if you had a chance. Was it a daytime game or was it a nighttime game?
It was an evening game. It was actually their first opening game. And that was really exciting because it was more people there than I thought. But yeah, it was their very first game that they had here, and it was a good game. It was. They came close, but
Wow.
we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. We definitely did.
That is so awesome. I just want to take the time out to
Mhm.
shout out our viewers because Miss Renee, we cannot do this without each and every one of them. So can you see the screen? You can see the screen?
A little bit. I don't
Okay.
see anybody on.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll shout them out for you because they're definitely showing up and showing out for you. Miss Donna
Mhm.
Roberson, good day, Queen. She says, Amen, Amen. Mr.
Yes.
Buddy Jackson from Duval. That listen, if you guys need anyone to auto detail your car, he is the guy in Jacksonville. Mr. Buddy Jackson, God bless you. Mr.
Good.
Wills, I hope I say your name right. God bless you for tuning in. Who else we have? Shannon
Amen.
Jaguar Steva, which is our superstar. Again,
Amen.
my God,
Amen.
she's amazing. That's her husband, Mr. Buddy Jackson. So they tag
Okay.
team business. Great day, sis. Kimberly Morgan. She's here in Atlanta and showing you some love, Miss Renee.
Amen. Thank you.
God, and to
Thank
every
you.
one of you who didn't say anything, but definitely in the room, we do thank you for tuning in here with us. That it had to happen for our Motivation Monday nights, guys. And I have the beautiful author, Miss Renee Johnson, and
Amen.
her book is Which is Which. Tell us
Mhm.
more of your topics, Renee, and tell us how one can get your books.
I have my first book, The Blaze of Consumption, Arise from the Ashes. The second book I have is Which is Which. The third one is A Way to a Murderous Heart. The fourth one is One Touch Ignites the Fire. And the fifth one is One Touch Ignites the Fire Revised. The revised is a Christian copy, and the other one is not. And I've sold a lot of the ones that is not. But it's okay because I'm pushing the revised because the word of God is what's going to help us in the end. And there's so much that the word tells us on how to love and how to receive love. And that book is really a hot book. It really is. So you can go on Amazon, and my books are on Amazon, or you can reach out to me through Messenger or email me, and I can ship a book to you. But those are my books for now.
Well, Renee, the one thing I always push here is to get it from the person itself because you get all
Yes,
the coins.
yes,
Okay. So I
yes.
prefer, guys, if
Yes.
you would like to support Miss Renee, to please do reach out to her
Mhm.
and purchase the book from her.
Yes.
I always do that. And bro, you're
Oh,
welcome. You're welcome. Renee, I love, love, love shouting out and supporting others. I mean, this is something that I
mhm.
truly, truly love. And at one point in time, I actually had a hard time with it because I'm like, I support so many and I just ask a
Mhm.
subscriber. I'm over that. I'm like you said, free. I'm free. The ones
Free.
who are supposed to be here
Yes.
and the ones who don't, so more it
Yeah.
be. God bless them still. But for the ones
Yeah.
who do show up and have anything going on, I definitely will promote you here at It Had to Happen, because this
Me
is God's
too.
platform, not Erica's. I'm just
Yes,
a
ma'am.
visionary here working,
Yes.
doing God's business. That's just it.
Mhm.
So 5 books.
I appreciate you.
You're most welcome. 5 books, going on to the sixth book. But one
Yes.
of the topics you said something about a murderer. Can you tell me that again?
A Way to a Murderer's Heart, that is my third book. And that one talks about the things that people say out of their mouth that can hurt you and it can linger forever. I've learned through the abuse that I went through that a bruise you can take and it'll heal in a few days. But words that hurt to the heart lingers forever. You
Yes.
can get that word spoken over you at 18, and at 32, you'll still remember it. They said this to me.
Mhm.
So that's where that comes from. It's not anything to do with a murderer that will shoot you or stab you in the back, but it's
Mhm.
the words that are spoken. God woke me up on that title when I was getting ready to write a book that was titled for teen girls. And I woke straight up out of my sleep and I heard just as clear, no, your next book title is A Way to a Murderer's Heart. And I said, God, I'm not going to no prison to interview no murderer, and I'm not going to interview someone that's free because I know some people through somebody else that have done some stuff and never got caught. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to expose myself. But he said, no, listen to this. My word says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And you have so many of my people, and this is the exact words that came to me when I woke up. I have so many of my people sitting up under people or following people that are speaking negative over them. They have gifts and titles of talents that are inside that they're holding on to and not doing anything, just sitting stagnated, not moving. And some people have already died and gone on with these talents and gifts buried because they never felt self-confident or never thought they were good enough. And so they never got up to do anything. And so that's where that book comes from. It talks about how to denounce these words and how to destroy spoken words over you. Because some people are the way they are because someone said something negative to them years ago and they never got over it. And
Wow.
that's what that book is about.
You know what? I'm loving this. I'm loving this because the thing is, again, you read the title.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah, Jesus. Let me tell you, God is so
Mm-hmm.
amazing because, oh, hallelujah. A lot of
Yeah.
times, that's just like with us, they try to read the book by its cover. Hearing the
Yeah.
title, I automatically went that way. I have to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I know how to
Mm-hmm.
be real. But here it is.
Yes.
I was thinking it was something about a murder. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
You murder people with your mouth. That tongue is
Mm-hmm.
powerful. The Bible
Mm-hmm.
tells us about that. That tongue is very, very
Mm-hmm.
powerful. And
Yes.
we even said it
Yes.
in part of the show, Miss Renee. We was talking about even, someone playing, girl, you crazy, girl, or, what,
Yes.
no, 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 no.
Yes.
Not.
Mhm.
And we have to be very,
Mhm.
very careful when we speak our words too. And not
Absolutely.
taste them. Taste them and
Yeah.
see do they taste good.
Yeah.
Or would you like
Yeah.
for somebody to speak to you that way?
Right. And even with the children, you have parents that because they was taught or brought up that way, now they have children and they call their son stupid, or you just like your sorry daddy, stuff
Yeah.
like this. And that goes a long way with that child. After a while, they're gonna feel low self-esteem about themselves. They're gonna feel like they're a failure in everything they do because why? My mother said this over me. My mother said that I'm stupid. My mother said that I'll never be nothing. And for a mother to tell her child that, that's hard words. And it takes a lot for that child to get past that because they say it so long till that child believes it. Oh, well, I'm just like my daddy. Oh, well, my daddy was a drunk. I'm a drunk. Oh, well, my daddy's in prison for murdering somebody. So why should I be any different? And I've heard it so many times. But we have to be able to tell them, no, you turn that around. Because my mother told me when I was growing up, Renee, you're never going to be anything but a woman with a bunch of children. You're not going to finish school. Why? Because the way that I was going, rebellious, hard-headed, stubborn. Yes, I was. And I was doing things that I should not have been doing. But for her to tell me this, it made me feel like, well, why shouldn't I? She don't care. But I had to turn that thing around, and I did what I needed to do. Went to school, graduated, got myself together. Yes, I have 4 children. Yes, I have 9 grandchildren, but I am successful now. And I look back and say, those words is not my future.
Amen. 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 That's it right
Yes.
there. But too, I don't think a lot of times parents know when they speak these type of things to their children, it's coming
Yeah.
from a place of hurt because somebody done hurt
Yeah.
them. And they say hurt
Mhm.
people, right? So it's a cycle.
Yeah.
So who's
Right.
gonna break
Right.
that curse, right? And that's what you
Right.
did. You
Right.
okay, you're gonna speak this, but I'm gonna show you. Some
Mm-hmm.
people can't be that
Yeah.
strong. Some people take what
Right.
you say and for a grain of salt, and then they falls into a depression or whatever it may be. But to hear the
Mm-hmm.
person that brought you into this world speaking to you like this, you're gonna accept anything from anybody.
Yes. That's
And that's why we have to be careful with even with our children, because you have sometimes, like, say for instance, the kid get in trouble, right? And
mm-hmm.
you automatically want to beat them or punish them, right? Instead of sitting down
Right.
and talking to them to find out, why did you do what
Yeah.
you did? Did you learn
Right.
anything from doing what you did? And
Mm-hmm.
then if you decide that you want to take on the punishment, the beating, or the put them on punishment or whatever it may be, then you do so. But sit down and find out
Mm-hmm.
the reason why. Because a lot of
Yes.
times these kids are being bullied. And then when
Yes.
you click, when somebody action cause a reaction, now it's,
Yeah.
oh, they crazy. Oh, they come from a
Mhm.
single parent home. Oh, they might
Mhm.
something going on at home.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just so
yeah. Oh, yeah.
different things that they say, right? Oh,
Yeah. 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 Definitely. They always trigger it back to the house, back to the home. Yeah.
always, always, never fail,
Always.
never
Mhm.
fail, which is so crazy.
Never.
But again, we just
Yes.
really have to learn how to speak with people and not at
Right.
people, especially the
Right.
children, because they're young. They
Mhm.
really don't understand. Some may do,
Mhm.
some may understand depending on the age, but a lot of times
Right.
they're
Right.
looking for that love. And guess what?
Yeah.
Now they're not getting it at home. Guess where they look for it at?
Yeah.
From the streets.
Yep. From the streets. And
Mm.
it's amazing because I meet with the girls in one community. I meet with them every Tuesday. And last week I was so tired. I was so tired. And I'm like, I don't feel like going. I just don't want to go. But I got to because they look for me. And as tired as I was, I went, walked in the door. And now it used to be where I used to say, let me call, let them know I'm coming. I
Yeah,
asked my secretary, go ahead and call, let them know we're going to be there. Now I don't have to call nobody. When I walk in the door, there's Miss Renee. They be looking for me. And I'm like, this is what keeps me going. This is what keeps me going. In spite of me being tired, it keeps me going because they be waiting on me to show up.
absolutely. You even said too, like
Mhm.
when you went to the game and you had to spend the type of money that you spent, it was well spent because of what the kids
Yeah,
really enjoyed it. You can't really
they
put a
do.
price on that. When you know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Like you're making
Yeah.
a difference in these children's lives. And
Mhm.
come on,
Mhm.
if I have to spend, well, I don't know how much. I know it could be pretty expensive, though. That
Oh yeah,
I
those
do
hot
know.
dogs was not cheap at all.
Right? But that's the thing now. Again, when God put people in your life,
It
reach
was
out
worth it.
to Miss
Yes, ma'am. Oh God, yes, ma'am. I have learned since that. Oh yeah. I don't mind asking now.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Well,
worth it.
and the Bible tells us we have not because we ask not. The only thing
Because
people
we
can tell us
asked
is
him.
yes or no.
That's right. That's
You
so
may get
true.
a couple of no's, but that
Yeah,
yes coming. Trust and believe
yeah.
that. And don't get mad when
Yeah.
you're being told no. Because maybe God is
I
blocking
do.
it for some odd reason. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So again,
Mm-hmm.
people, oh my
Yeah.
God, this was so, so good. I see one of my girls on here, Miss Diana Dorsey. She's sending us roses. God bless you, Queen.
Oh, bless
For
you.
logging
Bless
in. Look
you.
at that. We got some
God
roses.
bless you.
Yeah, give me my flowers while I'm here. Love it, Miss
Yes.
Dorsey. Thank you so much. Guys, we're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen for our Motivation Mondays. And tonight we have
Mhm.
beautiful author, Miss Renee Johnson. And the title of her book is Which is Which. Let me tell you guys, do
Mhm.
not get caught up on the topic or the title
No, please
because
don't.
it's deeper than that. If you have
Mhm.
missed the first part of this broadcast, please do go back and rewatch it, and you would definitely get the breakdown on what she means by it.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
let's just like don't judge a book by its cover. Get ask
Right.
questions. Ask questions. If
Mhm.
there's anything that you want to
Yes.
know, ask questions. That's the best.
Yes.
And the thing is,
Yes.
ask the person who you want to know about. You know,
Mhm.
uh, I can't say it enough. But Miss Renee, again, I am so honored to have you as a two-timer here at It Had to
Thank
Happen. And I
you.
know you're getting ready to walk on some new levels. And I don't mind if you would love to come back at another time and be a three-timer. I would love, love,
Mhm.
love to have you come back
Thank
because
you.
I
I
know.
would love it.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm telling you, I cannot 5 books. I mean, man. Oh, and guys, you don't even know Miss Renee is a writer. I mean, she could be your
Mhm.
ghostwriter. I don't know if I'm putting her out there, but she could be your
Oh
ghostwriter.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
that ghostwriting, because we got about 4 more minutes. Just tell us a little bit about what exactly can you offer a person that may want to solicit that type of service from you.
Well, I have my second business, which is creative writing. It's called Cribs for Writers. I'm actually in the process of changing that a little bit. I'm changing it to birthing Cribs for Birthing Writers. That is what it's going to be called. And in that, what I do is I help you write your book. I read over what you may have already written and help you finish it so we can get it in the publisher hand. I do all of the writing. I do correcting your errors, adding something to bring it creative where it's not a dull story. Also, and then I have a partner that I work with, and he does everything else. He does the formatting and he does the demographics. If you don't have your picture for the front and cover, back, front, he does all that for you. And then he uploads it to Amazon. So basically, what I do, I have a packet that I offer where I can either write it for you. You tell me what it is that you're trying to write, what your story is about, and we can go from there. And we can do it. We can make it happen. Definitely can.
Ooh, guys, you heard it here on It Had to Happen. If you're thinking about
Mhm.
write that book, do it. And if you don't
Yes.
know where to begin, please do solicit Miss Renee's business.
Yes.
And I should have knew that about that cribs because I think I see it on one of the pictures that you sent. But
Mhm.
guys, I'm
Yes.
telling you, if she wrote 5 books, come on, guys. You don't know where to start, please,
Mhm.
please do reach out to Miss Renee. She would definitely get you guys right. And guys, again, I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for tuning in here with us, taking an hour out your busy schedule to sit here with
Mhm.
us and hear all about Miss Renee's story. Again, guys, if you would like to book with your girl, you could go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. I love to have you. We have guests on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. So, Miss Renee, is there anything that you would like to leave with the audience on today?
Yes, I just like to encourage each and every one that if you have a passion for writing, do jump into it, get it going. Even if you don't know how to start it, reach out to me if you have your title, or don't even worry about the title. Just begin to write, get a journal. And also, as far as the issue of what we were talking about with the domestic violence, if you're in the Jacksonville, Florida area, we do have an event this Saturday from 12 to 3. We're going to be at the Garfield Community Center right off of Beaver Street. And we're going to be reaching out and talking about the awareness of domestic violence. We have some great speakers that are going to share their story. and they will be there. So if you know anybody that's in a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, unfruitful relationship, going through abuse or any type of domestic violence, please bring them, invite them, have them to come out. We're having food, games, and music and great speakers. So please come out, but be encouraged that no matter what you're going through, it's not your future. It's a step to what's going to be better.
Oh, that's good words of encouragement. And I pray that you have a successful event on this Saturday, guys. If you're in the Duval area, please do go out and support your girl. On Facebook, she is Renee Johnson, Renee Johnson. So please do go if you need the info again to her page so you can see exactly what she have going on. Miss Renee, God bless you so much. And I thank you again for accepting the invitation to come back on It Had to Happen and bless the people with your beauty. Until next time, guys, let's send them out with some virtual hugs, Miss Renee, and some virtual love. Because, guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. And we cannot do this without each and every one of you. My mom Norma says, Amen. Yes. Oh, and Shannon says post a flyer and she will share it, Miss Renee. Okay, so if you get it over to me, I don't know if you guys are friends on Facebook, but if you get over to me, I would definitely share it as well and make sure Shannon gets it as well. So guys,
absolutely.
Until next time, I have to jump on my prayer meeting right now. I hate to rush, but I have to definitely jump into that because I'm on fire. I'm on to something, Miss Renee. Just watch and see. God is up to something, and I'm on something. Oh my God, and I'm excited about this thing. So God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.